Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm going to start processing some of the things that I harvested today because we're still on the same day that I did the last video. And these are the jalapenos. I have quite a few of them. There's more coming on the plant. So I'm just actually going to put these in just Ziploc bags and throw them in the freezer because predominantly I use them for my salsas each year. And I really don't care if they're kind of a little freezer burnt or not because I'll just put them in and cook them down anyways. And actually, they tend to be a little bit hotter after I've put them in the freezer for a while. So we're going to do that. So I got all the jalapenos put in individual bags, and then I just put them in a big bag so I can just take little tiny bags out as I need them because I don't need a lot for the things that I'm going to do. So having these just in the freezer is plenty enough for me. And what I have left to do tonight before I go to bed, since it's 9 o'clock, I have to feed my sourdough starts. This is Florence's babies, and I made a new one. Her name is Honey. So I'm going to feed them. What else do I need to do? Oh, there was a French bread recipe that, like the baguettes that I found, and I have to cold proof it overnight. So I'm going to throw that together and give that a try. And if it doesn't work, then I'll try another recipe. So I'll see you in the morning. So now we're going to process the carrots. I kept them in a bucket of water because they're root vegetables and they need to maintain water or they'll dry out. So I'm going to go through and clean all of these, and then most of them I'm going to peel. I'm going to peel some of them, and then I can still keep them in a bucket of water until I'm ready to process them. I might get to it today, I might not, so we'll see. So today I am going to start vacuum sealing some of my vegetables that I got. I had an extra zucchini, yellow squash, and a whole bunch of peppers that I need to take care of. So I'm just going to use my food saver, and I cut everything up. I'm just going to put them in the food saver bags and put them in my refrigerator because predominantly most of this stuff I'm actually just going to use like in sautés. So it's okay that I put it in the freezer. It's going to be mushy when I cook it anyways, so I want to make sure I get some of this stuff done. I do have the short rolls and the long, the wide ones and the short ones. These aren't as wide as the other ones. I want to put these in the smaller rolls only because I ran into, if they were in these longer ones, they didn't fit in my frying pan when they were frozen. So I was like, because at least with something like this, I can just take it out, run it quick under some warm water just to release the bag from the vegetables, and then I can dump it in my frying pan. And so that's too long. So let's learn that. And I also learned via COVID that when you find things that you may need in the future, maybe pick one up once in a while. Like you got a few extra dollars, grab a box of Food Saver bags. I just get the Walmart brand and they work just as fine. But at the time that I was looking for these things, they didn't have any. So I was like, oh dear. So as stuff started coming back into the stores, I was like, ooh, canning jars, let me grab 12. Oh, Food Saver bags, let me grab a box. So I would grab a box here and there, so that way now that I have some, because like they're plastic bags, they're not going to go anywhere. Obviously, they're fine sitting on the shelf. And so that way I have them in times like this when I'm just picking, like this is the end of the season, so I get 1, maybe 2 zucchinis or 1 yellow squash because the squash vine borers are destroying the plants. So I'm just piddly getting, you know, some here and there. And so I don't want to waste it. I don't want it to sit on my counter because I am like notorious for that. It sits on the counter and then I don't do anything with it. And then I'm like, duh, I didn't do anything with that. So even though it looks like a small little bit, I will probably put these in like one, like measure them out like 1 cup a piece. I'll see that how that goes. And that way, like if I need a cup of something, I can just throw it in. I don't have to worry about thawing it and splitting it up and then having it sit in the refrigerator for it to die a slow death, you know? So I'd rather just do that. I don't find that as wasteful. To me, I'll just use 2 instead of 1 if I need to for a certain recipe. So we're gonna do that. And I probably should have gone out to see if there were any more when I did this, but that's okay. Because I'm off this week, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to putz and finish up my carrots, and we are going to get those carrots done, too. Okay, busy day today. We are canning carrots. I have jars in the pressure canner already. I'm just waiting for this to steam out. We've got water waiting to boil, so we're going to make more bagels. The kitchen is a mess. We got more bagels. I'm doing my stretch and folds for my bread. This is a double batch. We got to get the potatoes done, and Kara is nicely cleaning the kitchen for me. Woohoo! So we are busy. Dishes time. The first batch of carrots are done. The second batch is coming back down, so I'm waiting for the pressure to come down. We peeled all the tomatoes and we're making stewed tomatoes. And I made 1 batch of homemade bruschetta. So I just have to get some bread for that. That'll be helpful. And the oven is on. We are getting ready to put the sourdough bread in the oven to finish off the day. Okay, so the stewed tomatoes are going in the canner. That's the last thing I have to can today. I'm exhausted, but that's okay. I like doing the pint jars because I can double stack them. There's a divider in the middle, so I can do 2 layers and get it done all at once. Whew. So let's get this one rolling. Well, I got everything done that I wanted to do. Made a double batch of bagels and then I burnt them. Right? So the last time I made bagels, I was successful. I was like, whoo, they were nice and big. But what happened was they were a little too big for my toaster. So I had to like spin them to toast them. So I'm like, ooh, I'll just make them smaller. Yeah, well, I didn't quite remember to change the time that I baked them for. So I burnt them. So whatever. It's not really a failure. I just have to remember to not bake them as long. Oh well. Anyways, so I'm gonna get anything left in the garden that I can pick, and then we're gonna set the runway up for the chickens. I'm so excited because they're gonna be so happy to be out here in this jungle. And I'll show you before I conclude this video, because the next time I make a video, you will just see all the girls having a great time in here in the jungle. It's time. This is done. We're over whatever's left as they pick through here. I will pick, but they are better off being out here starting to clear everything over the next few months. So what a mess. Oh well, live and learn. I think I have some peppers left to pick, and that's about it. Some tomatoes. Stewed tomatoes turned out really good, but you know, it's the end of August here, so it starts getting nice and warm in the sunshine, and we get a nice cool breeze, and it starts to really cool down at night. So stay tuned for the next video where you will see the little velociraptors out here in the jungle. And as always, from my coop to yours, thank you for growing with me so I can grow with you.